Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome to my channel where today, or this evening for me, we're going to put together the bucket for the mop. Now I went ahead and I used my homemade distress oxide inks to dye the mop. I figure it's Barbie, it's pink, um, why not? So we're going to paint the handle bright magenta. And I think I'm going to decorate the tip of this with, you know how it's got like a little handle on the top. I think we're going to use washi tape with little pink hearts. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need some decorative paper. And it's funny because I guessed 2 inches, and I don't know if you can barely see my pencil mark, but I got that puppy right on 2 inches. You think I might have been doing this a minute or two? And then I got 2 contrasting colors. And I might do, if I have enough left, I might do the magenta handle. Well, that's not really wide enough. Maybe not. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I showed you guys in the crockpot video, and then we made something else. We made something else with this idea in mind. So it's basically the exact same thing. You're going to start and you're going to glue your decorative paper. You can use blank paper if you don't have decorative paper and paint it, right? So this is going to be our bucket, and it looks more like a trash, yeah, it actually looks more like a trash can. But, so you're going to wrap this all the way down to the end. And I'm trying to figure out how we're going to, we got to make it higher on the outside edges where the handles go, but we'll do that one thing at a time here. We'll get it done. So for now, we are going to, I use Barely Art Glitter Glue for a lot of, or Art Glitter Glue, dries clear, designer adhesive. Amazon, they don't sponsor me. It's just a pretty tough and durable glue. Alright, so let's get this going around. I think I'd like to use this kind of sort of broken corner. What you want to do is on the bottom of your bucket here, make sure you are lined up. You're flush with the chipboard or your circles. And I showed you guys how to cut your circles if you don't have the chipboard circles or something that could, be thick enough to cut to make a circle. These I was lucky enough to get from my friend. She gave me circles and she gave me squares, so I was pretty lucky, like I said. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty lucky. Somebody always thinks of me like, once you start making miniatures, somebody will say, oh, hey, I have blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because you almost teach them, scale and how to make miniatures because they start seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that could be a this. And oh, that could be a that. And oh, wow, wouldn't that make a great whatever? So it's kind of cool. So here we go, our first official round. And then I'm going to take this and go along this edge because this is going to be important that these match. And now at this point, I use my glue stick, just like we always have. Come on. Might really grab that paper. And do just like this, right? Get this, and you may have to do it more than once. Okay, we're coming around, coming around, and around. Very good. And then here, I really want to make sure I've got that glued down really good, because that's going to be important that that stays glued. Okay, and then we're going to mash the glue stick down and around to make sure, you know what I mean, to make sure that glue stick stuck. And if it didn't, that's why I like this art glitter glue. We can just go in and, did that go? Yeah, it went. And what's nice, to be honest with you, is that some of my junk journaling tools blend over into my miniature tools really nice. Okay, so we're gonna just gonna make sure this is all stuck. Last thing we need is for this to come open. Okay, I think we're good there. We're good there. All right, so now you have a tall, this is a very tall mop bucket. So we're going to cut this, and I think what we're going to do is go, oh no, if it doesn't work we can always come back, right? We're going to go maybe down to here, and we're just going to kind of, I know, right? Nothing like just jumping in and saying, let's just cut this, and then come back up. Not bad. Because see, you want your bucket to have handles. And this guy may not be quite enough. And it's all trial and error, guys. Guess what? If you mess up, you get to go and start all over. It's not written in stone that you have to get it right the first time. So I kind of like that one, but not this one. This one's a little kind of not sharp enough. Let's see. Okay, maybe I'll just round this one off a little more. And okay, so now comes the trick. Here's what we're going to do. Once we get these handles, where we like them, we're gonna manipulate that paper so it turns out like this, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, maybe what I want to do is cut that and that. See, this is all, like I said, this is all trial and error here. Okay, you're not bad. I can live with that. And this is going to be where we put our mop handle. So we're going to go here, kind of line it up, and here. I'm going to cut around. Very nice. See, we got our mop bucket. Although I'm not too thrilled. I think we need to go. Yeah, that's gonna work. Then we got our mop. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna paint. We're gonna paint the inside, and we're gonna paint our mop handle so that they match. And then going around, we're gonna glue this guy. We need to put the lid on my glue stick, guys. And then snip. And then we'll do one around the bottom. Maybe this one's enough. Let's find out. Let's see if this one's enough. Ooh, not quite. And I definitely want it to match. And I see a spot there that needs a little help. Now I'm going to show you guys one more trick that's going to help you make your handles hard, like they should be, right? Like hard like plastic, because they're kind of weak. Okay. And we bring this back and snip. And I just might keep this in line. I'm going to use my trim to trim this around and give it a little, make it a little more even, guys. And now you know why I started off with 2 inches of paper, because a lot of your paper. Alright, so we've got a nice long handle here. nice long handle there. So we're going to fold those under and glue. And then the secret trick is coming up. If you don't have the real thin super glue, don't worry about it. You can Mod Podge. You can just leave it as is. Nobody, I think, will question you whether or not your handles are that great or not great, okay? I think they'll stand alone just like they are. And there you go. Mop bucket. And I think I could use a little more of a trim on my mop. Okay, so you would have this sitting in the corner. Whoops, my corner's not that great, right? It's that cardboard. So you would have your mop, maybe even glued to the floor, and your mop bucket beside it. And we'll do a broom in another video. So let's get this painted and get our mop handle painted, at least as much as we can. And if you're feeling generous, or not generous, but adventurous, how about that? Talk about adventurous. Okay, remind myself, don't move until you find your straight pin. There it is. Okay, so we'll paint the handle, and then we'll paint the, and I think if I'm lucky, we can use my, yeah, we can paint so far up, turn it, paint so far up. You see the top of the mop, but in reality it's sitting in this paint container my husband made for me. So let's see how close we are, guys. Let's do, yeah, I think the magenta will work. I think it'll work. Maybe I don't want that much paint. It's Barbie. She loves bling, right? Alright, so we're just gonna paint. I didn't mean to do that, but it'll work. And then once this dries, we can embellish with the, and actually I think I could just lay that, whoop, like so. Alright, so then we'll start on the inside of this guy. And I was going to show you, if you have super glue, you can go over the handles with super glue, and that'll kind of, it works really good on cardstock, the brown, like cereal boxes and whatnot. It'll make it hard as wood. In fact, I think I've shown you guys the Tudor style table that I made, and that is a trick that I learned from Heather over at Thicket. Thicket Works? Yes, Thicket Works. Okay guys, now our mop handle and the inside of our mop bucket matches. I'm going to do the bottom. And then we just wait for the handle to dry and we can put our tape on. And so I think in our next video, I've been kicking around making, just lay it on it, so like that. I think I'm going to make some, oh, the word will come to me, rubber gloves. I think a pair of pink rubber gloves would just go so cool with that. You guys tell me what you think if you want to see. If you want to see me make some rubber gloves, so let me know in the comments. And you can do this same thing any scale you want, really. Some water in here. Something clean my paintbrush so it don't all dry up. So anyhow, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did I say? Oh, making pink gloves. I just got to find some. Go to the Dollar Tree and get. Oh, never mind. I know what I have. So if you can find the, I think I'm going to try. It's going to be trial and error. We don't know if this is going to work or not. But I have the pink wax paper. I'm going to try it with the wax paper. Or maybe even pink fabric. I don't know yet. But gather some supplies, guys, so you can craft along with me. Get you some pink paper. Get some, not paper, plastic, like trash bags. Maybe we could do, word's going to come to me. We can do, like sandwich bag and maybe paint it. I don't know. Let's find out what works, what doesn't work. But there we go. We now have a mop bucket. And we have a mop. And it's all Barbie style. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll come back and get our missed spots next time. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.